A short food for thought. A short food for your thoughts. If you live in America and you have sympathy for children starving at night and parents don't have enough to feed them and parents can't really take care of them. I'm talking children now. Anyone that can get a job, I'm talking babies, even babies. Mother can't get milk. How do you feel about the children starving in America? You know, under the new politics and the new administration, they're taking away the EBT cards from certain people. And I understand, yeah, some people can work, and the ones that can work should work, not ride the system. At some point, you should be able to get off of it. The government should be able to provide you a decent living job. I understand all that. But starving kids in America should not exist when we're shipping food overseas to other countries to starving kids. It's just food for thoughts. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that America should allow these children to starve and the parents not have food supply for their kids? And again, we all understand the EBT system. Some people are on it that are abusing it, and that's understandable. Still, but that has nothing to do with that child now. But yet, and still, America allows these kids to go hungry at night, and then you send them to school. They're taking away to school luncheons. You know, they don't want to feed the kids at school. They're saying let the grandparents feed them, and some of the grandparents can't hardly afford to feed themselves. But this derived in my mind from, mind you now, I'm an independent thinker. If you're Republican and you're making sense and you're saying, hey, these kids shouldn't be starving. This is what we need to do to fix this system. Let's get these kids and get them something to eat. Let's get them some whatever the provisions of that, whatever they need. This derived in my mind. I have a freedom of choice is what everybody should have. American system abandoned abortion. I'm not for it and I'm not against it. I'm for you making your own choices and your decisions. Here's one thing that they didn't do when they did the abortion system. They didn't tell that man. Now this is only for the women. They told them what they couldn't do with their bodies. But they didn't tell that man, if you have more than one kid and you can't afford to take care of that number one kid, we're cutting them nuts. We're getting rid of that nutsack. America only abandoned the women. They never told that man, if you have a kid and you can't take care of it, we're cutting them nutsacks off. You know why they didn't do that? Because men don't want no control over their bodies. They want to take control of a woman's body. Now, this is just my thoughts. You can make your own TikTok videos and YouTube videos and say what you want to say. Again, I'm not one to respond back onto, bickering about this back and forth. We're not bickering. Make your own video and let's just see what you say. But my thing is this: why didn't they make a law for men when they said no abortions? The baby starts with a man. A woman only holds an egg. It's like a golf ball or whatever you want to consider, any substance, a rock or whatever. It's not alive till that live sperm gets to that woman's egg. So abortion should start with a man, not a woman. But politicians are not men that made this law. 90% of what it was men. The women which went along with it that helped voted this into the systems. They never say, let's fix that man before this occurs. You know, they always just, like everything, they say they can reverse anything. Go ahead and clip them nuts and then we reverse it later if you want to have kids. No, they didn't make that law. They didn't make that law. It was a one lopsided law against men. And again, I don't have a problem with you making your own choice. I'm not going to take abortion from you, but since America did that, and then it turned around and took away all the food for the living kids. So you don't want to abort kids, but you want to starve them to death. Make that make sense. It's okay to have them to starve to death, but it ain't okay to abandon them before they ever hit a breath of life in the world. Make it make sense now. Make a video and tell me why you say it's okay that a child should come into this world and starve versus not being in existence at all. Both ways is horrible. Trust me, both ways. Me saying it right now, it's just horrible. But it pisses me. I'm being a man. I'm a man. And I feel that if you're going to punish one, punish the other one. I always say America has lopsided laws. Two double standard laws. One for one thing and one for another thing. And that I cannot stand. Make one law. If it's for the woman, it's for the man. You have if she can't afford it and you can't afford it, lock both of them. Get that man's nut sacks and get rid of them babies. And you won't be having any more. And for her, we're gonna get rid of them bags and eggs coming down the line. It's just simple as that. But no, we have a double standard rule and law in America. But that's just my view of it. Make a video, TikTok or YouTube, and tell us what you think. Later.